Hey guys. This is part 3 of What If Naruto Became the Assistant of Negi Springfield. Hit like and subscribe if you like this one, and also please check the author in the description. Let's start.
We are pain, that's all. We are God.
Chapter 9, A Confession, an Ally, and a Game. Point 2. Is he going to be okay? Naruto asked Asuna. It was the afternoon already, they were back in the hotel and Negi was still out of it. I mean, even I wasn't like that when someone first confessed to me. How'd you handle it, Naruto-sensei? Setsuna asked curiously. Asuna also perked up at the question. Well, you can't really classify it as a regular confession. Sure, I went all wide-eyed like him, but not to the extent of blacking out. But then again, we were in a life-or-death situation, Naruto said, remembering the time Hinata confessed to him during Pain's invasion. Okay, so the girl confessed to me, nearly got killed, and I went berserk to protect her. Good enough? Naruto went berserk to protect a girl? The two thought. The conversation stopped when Negi started to walk around and do frantically moved. What am I going to do? And I still have the letter too, the red-haired boy shouted. What's wrong, Negi-sensei? Ayaka went and asked Negi. Did something happen at Nara Park this afternoon, Negi-kun? Maki queried. And nothing happened. And no one confessed to me. Negi stuttered. Realizing what he had said, Negi covered his mouth. What? Was the general consensus of the 3A girls. He's going to get eaten up, Naruto said. Though I wouldn't mind. It'd help me with my research. Naruto smirked at the thought. Jiraiya had rubbed off on him a little too much, he actually felt like doing research now. He looked up to see Negi running away spouting something about talking to Shizuna. That kid is going to be a good source of research. Ha ha ha, I think I'm going to practice my guitar again, Naruto laughed as he walked away. Setsuna and Asuna looked at each other. Research? Ayaka. Negi ran so fast we lost sight of him. Yuna said Negi is so secretive it's almost like Akeo not talking about her date with some boy. When Akeo heard her name, she ran out of the room too. She also smiled at the fact that they considered her time with Naruto a date. At least they don't know it was him. There is someone in 3A who can find out about this. Bad things like this cannot continue. This is a job for her, Ayaka said. What, there was obscene misconduct between a teacher and a student? Kazumi Asakura exclaimed. That's right, Asakura. It's terrible, Yuna said. That'd be a really big scoop. Well, if it does turn out to be true, that is, Kazumi said, smiling. As the official camerawoman of 3A and part of the Mahou Academy News Club's breaking news division. You can leave it to me. All we need to do is investigate someone. So tell me, who is the suspect? Is it Nita? Saruhiko? Naruto? Actually, Ayaka explained the facts that were actually known to the girls in the room. So all in all, someone confessed to Negi-sensei. There is nothing obscene with that at all. Kazumi shouted. What do you mean? It's beyond more than about reasonable. At any rate, we need to find who did that to Negi-sensei, Ayaka said. If it's not a scoop, I'm not interested. But it may lead to something rather large scoop. Doing regular news articles that regular people want to read are part of the reporter's job, I guess. A confession, huh? Well, there can only be one person who could have done it. Kazumi walked around the halls until she came to the right room. She knocked on the door. Hey, I'm coming in. Honya-chan, are you in there? She opened the door and only saw Nodoka by herself sipping juice. Ah, good, you're alone. What is it that you need, Asakura-san? Nodoka asked politely. Well, she walked over to her classmate with a tape recorder. Is it true that you slept with Negi-sensei? Nodoka did a spit take to Kazumi's face. What? I didn't do anything like that. Ha ha, I'm just kidding. So you confessed to Negi-sensei today at the park, didn't you? How'd it go? Asakura asked, wiping away the tears in her eyes from laughing. How did it go? Nodoka repeated. I was able to tell him my feelings. I didn't expect a response in the first place. So you don't care what Negi-sensei thinks of you? Kazumi inquired. No, I'm just afraid, to hear his response. Ah, aren't you so cute, Honya-chan? You're not in elementary school anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Kazumi then left the room. Please don't tell anyone about this. It might cause trouble for sensei. Okay. She went away from the girl and traveled the halls. Well, I got my info and I can't get a story out of it. This will make a problem for Negi-sensei. I'm going to have to destroy this tape, Kazumi sighed. It sure is peaceful. I need a scoop so that it can get their blood boiling. Maybe I should look up on what Yuna said about the date. Akio went on. As she walked down the stairs she saw Negi. Maybe I should interview the boy to get his side of things. Negi wandered around aimlessly and went outside. When he got to the top of the stairs and onto the street, he saw a cat about to get ran over by a truck, so he ran towards the cat to save it. When the truck was right in front of him, Negi used some of his wind magic to flip the truck over and save the cat. Driver-san, are you alright? Negi asked the driver as the truck came down. When he saw the driver was just dizzy, he petted the cat and let it go free. That's my Aniki, even when he is out of it he can't but help others, Chamo said. But next time try to lay off the flashy magic. I'll be careful next time. Let's go. Negi got on his staff and flew away with Chamo. While all this happened, a wide-eyed Kazumi was watching them fly away. She put her back against the wall and slumped down. What was that? And did that ermine just speak? Kazumi got off from the wall and watched the boy fly away. And is he flying? This is my ultra super scoop of the century. Kazumi was about to leave, but she saw a figure on a lamp post across the street. She thought the figure looked like. Is that Naruto-sensei? She rubbed her eyes and looked at the lamp post again. She saw nothing at the lamp post. Must be my imagination. With all this Negi business I might just be seeing things. She entered the hotel again to scheme up a way to find out what Negi was. Once she was inside, Naruto dropped his camouflage sheet and came out of the wall. Naruto had decided to talk to Negi about the confession, but noticed that Kazumi was following the boy. When Naruto was going to ask her what she was doing, he saw Negi do his magic on the truck. For a genius, he isn't so bright. He should have just moved the cat, not flip a freaking truck into the air. When Negi flew away, Naruto frowned. Another student had just found out about Negi and his magic. It was at this time he saw one of his clones on patrol watching from a lamppost. Naruto saw Kazumi had noticed it. During the time she rubbed her eyes, he had dispelled the clone and put up his disguise. TCH. Negi is going to be the death of me. Let's see what the little reporter-chan is going to do. Negi and Naruto were sitting in the bath together. Naruto had not told Negi about Kazumi knowing about him being a mage. You shouldn't look so pitiful, Negi, he told the 10-year-old. Yeah, Niki. If you let your guard down, there is a chance the girls would come in, Chamo said. Not that I would mind. Naruto and Chamo thought at the same time. Don't worry, it is sensei time. No girls would be coming in, Negi spoke. But I've got a lot on my plate now. Someone is coming inside, Hige-sama, Aniki. Era? Negi-sensei, Naruto-sensei, how are you two? Shizuna greeted the two. Shizuna blushed at looking at the nearly naked Naruto. This caused the boy to quirk his eyebrow, widen his eyes, then smirk. Shizuna-sensei! Negi shouted. You guys did great today. Negi, do you want me to wash your back? Shizuna asked. Shizuna-chan, you can wash his back later, Naruto said, getting up from the bath after covering himself with the towel. Why don't you greet me like you usually do, Shizuna-chan? He smirked at the woman. Shizuna started to sweat. Shizuna-sensei and Naruto and I have a special greeting towards each other? Negi thought. He then saw Naruto tilt his head and wink quickly at him. So how about it? I think I'd rather wash Negi-sensei's back first, she said, slightly dodging the teen. She had already started washing his back. So reporter-chan, that's your game, huh? Negi-sensei, I know about your secret, she whispered. I know you're a mage. Did you hear that from the principal? Negi asked. Well, I wouldn't know about that. Though I have a request. Can I see your powers? I can't do that. I'd be MF. Negi was put into her breasts. Shizuna heard Naruto scoff and mumble he really is a lucky bastard. When Negi got free from her breasts he blushed. I know it's rude to ask, but did your breasts get smaller, Shizuna-sensei? Negi asked. What? I'm the 4th largest in the class, you know, Shizuna shouted. I even let you touch them and Naruto-sensei look at them. She blushed harder when she saw Naruto smirking at her. 4th largest in the class? Who are you? Negi demanded. I've guessed you've figured it out. One moment I'm a big-breasted teacher and next I am the breaking news reporter. My true identity is 3AC3, Kazumi Asakura. She grabbed her wig and threw it off, to reveal the red-haired teen, without the ponytail. You know you look cuter with your hair like that, Naruto said smiling. Oh, you think so? Kazumi asked, not missing a beat but still blushed. Hige-sama, it is not the time. Aniki, erase her memories, Chamo ordered. Right. Rastel. Negi started. Whoa, hold your horses, Kazumi said, holding up a phone. Make one move towards me, all I have to do is press the send button and all your secrets will be revealed to the world through my home page. She was about to continue when she heard a crack. She looked over to where the sound actually came from, and saw Naruto stepping on the floor. She looked towards her phone and saw that it wasn't in her hand. Nanny! Why'd you do that? Sorry, Kazumi-chan, Naruto stated. We can't let you have Negi be exposed. Kazumi then felt a knife on her neck. She turned around to see another Naruto looking at her. So care to explain to us why you are doing this? Naruto and I, how are you doing that? Negi asked. Huh! I already explained this. Oh yeah, you were knocked out due to the confession, Naruto said. I'll explain later. Now Kazumi-chan, care to explain, and please be truthful. I wouldn't want to do what I have in mind. Naruto and I, you aren't going to hurt her, are you? No, I won't do anything bad. What I had in mind was actually quiet fun, Naruto said with a predatory grin sent towards Kazumi. She looked with wide eyes at the grin and gulped. Care to talk now? Fine, I'm doing this because of my ambition, Kazumi said. My dream is to be a famous news reporter, and with this scoop I will achieve just that. I will have exclusive interviews and the media world will be at my feet. Negi-sensei will be famous. I don't want that sort of thing to happen, Negi cried. But I'll give you an equal share of the profit. You too, Naruto-sensei. No thanks, my bank account has over. Naruto stopped and counted on his fingers. 6 figures are the current standings in it at the moment. In the following month it will probably be over 10. Kazumi's and Chamo's jaws dropped. You already have that much, Hige-sama? Chamo asked. How did you get that much? Kazumi asked. She then snapped out of it but put it away in her mind. This would be a good scoop. So how about it, Negi-sensei? I mean, it must be boring as a teacher here. Wouldn't it be better to be able to use magic anytime you want? Negi was crying and sniffling that his identity was found, and she was giving him an ultimatum. His brain snapped, and he began wailing. I don't want that to happen. Wawa. I want to be a teacher. His wind magic went berserk and sent Kazumi flying away. Kyuso, Naruto cursed. Negi, calm down. Naruto punched Negi hard on the head, which made the boy wince and stop. Naruto ran and put chakra into his feet and jumped into the air. He caught Kazumi bridal style, and then pulled her close so she wouldn't fall. She had heat go to her cheeks as he did. When they landed on the water, Naruto had used water walking to make sure he didn't fall into the hot spring and lose his towel. When he set her down on the floor, he saw Negi and Chamo gaping at him. What? They pointed down to his feet, and he saw he was standing on the water. Are you some sort of angel? Negi asked. Oh please, this isn't the work of the divine, Naruto said, cutting off his chakra and plopping into the water. I'll tell you everything you later on, Negi. Naruto stretched his arm out behind a rock and pulled out a nervous Kazumi. And you won't tell anyone, will you? Hi, she sighed. I'm going out now, Naruto and I, Negi said. Go get dressed and meet me in my room, Naruto whispered to her, when Negi left the bathhouse. Huh? You aren't going to do anything bad with me, are you, Naruto-kun? She teased. I won't do anything bad. Unless you want me to punish a bad girl like you, Naruto joked back. But no, I have a business proposition for you. You got one too, don't you, Chamo? Hi, Sama. Chamo jumped onto his shoulder. When Kazumi entered the room later that afternoon, she saw Naruto sitting in one of the chairs of the room, a bottle of sake on the table and a saucer in hand. Come take a seat, Kazumi. What happened to the Chan, Naruto-kun? She asked her teacher. When she sat down, he offered her some sake. No thanks, I'd rather be sober compared to the other girls. So what was this business proposition you have for me? It's I scratch your back, you scratch my back sort of thing. I want you to be my informant around school, Naruto said. Any info you get, you share with me. As well as any info on some of the girls in the class you already have now. I see, she said, considering it. But what do I get in return? I mean, like you said, you scratch my back, you will scratch mine? I will provide you info and my services and help in return, Naruto answered. So all I have to do is provide info on some things and any news around school, and you will provide me services and favors? She put a finger on her chin. Taking a moment, she smiled and held out her hand. You have a deal, Naruto-kun. Thanks, Kazumi-chan. Naruto took the hand and shook it. You should get going, Chamo wants to talk to you too. Kazumi smiled and got out of the room. Naruto smirked as she did. I wonder if she knows she'll also help me with some of my research, she is really hot. Ha ha. So do we have a deal? Chamo asked the redhead. Of course we do, Kazumi smirked. When do we start Operation X? Why, tonight, of course. Chamo puffed from his cigar. We have a lot of planning to do. Ha ha. Someone found out about you being a mage, Asuna shouted. And of all people, Asakura. Why, yes. Negi sniffled. How could you do something so stupid? And of all people, paparazzi girl. Ugh, having Asakura find out is almost as bad as the world knowing. Hey, Negi-sensei. Kazumi greeted as she came into the room with Chamo on her shoulder. What do you want, Asakura? Asuna glared at the girl. Are you here to pick on Negi? Pick on Negi? What are you talking about? Aniki, reporter Ne-san is on our side now. Chamo cheered. That's right. Chamo here convinced me to turn over a new leaf. So from here on out I am your agent if you need me, Kazumi said. I wonder if Naruto-kun is okay with this? Really? Negi shouted. Yup. I'm even going to give you back the negatives, she explained, handing over an envelope with pictures inside. Thank you so much. This makes me lose one problem, Negi cried, tears of joy. What's going on, Negi-sensei? Ayaka asked with the rest of 3A behind her. I was just improving my relationship with Asakura-san. Don't say things like that, Negi-sensei. You're my teacher and I already have my eyes set on another boy, she smiled, thinking of Naruto. Hey girls, it's almost time for bed. Get back to your rooms, Nita-sensei said. He turned towards Negi. Negi-san, please don't get too soft on your students. Where is Naruto-san, by the way? Naruto and I said he was feeling exhausted, so he went to sleep already, Negi explained. The girls dejectedly went into their rooms, but started their own activities inside. Groups 2 and 4 were holding a pillow fight. Groups 3 and 1 were telling scary stories. Group 5 was discussing the events of the confession made by Nodoka. Too bad Nita put a stop to it too. He forbade the girls to go out of their rooms with punishment by squatting in the lobby. Well, it seems like that could have went better, Kazumi said from out of nowhere. Where were you the whole time, you coward? Ayaka said. It doesn't matter where I was hiding the whole time. But it would be a waste of time if tonight ended just like that. So I got a suggestion, how about a little game? I won't allow this sort of thing, Ayaka denied the request. What kind of game would it be? Fuka asked her fellow redhead. Let's just call it War of the Lips. A plan to get a kiss on the lips on Negi-sensei. A kiss with Negi-sensei? The class shouted. Hey, quiet down, we don't want Nita finding out about this, Kazumi warned them. The rules are simple. Every group will choose 2 representatives. Those two will wander the hotel looking for Negi-sensei and get a kiss from him as well as dodging any of the other teachers. You can sabotage other teams if you want to, but can only use pillows. There is a wonderful prize to the winners. But if you get caught you will squat until morning without telling Nita about the game, even if you die. What's the wonderful prize you talked about? Fuka asked. What about Naruto-sensei? Misa asked. Can we go after him if we want to? Several girls' heads turned towards Misa, then to Asakura. Sorry, but this game is dedicated to Negi-sensei. You won't get a prize from kissing Naruto-sensei. Kazumi caught her slip up at the last second. Some of the girls pouted but agreed nonetheless. So those girls are my competition for Naruto-kun, huh? Kazumi thought, looking at Akeo, Misa, and Keed. So what do you say, Cho? As class president, Ayaka said with her hair covering her eyes. I wholeheartedly approve. Her face was a bright tomato red when she agreed. Okay, all groups must tell me their representatives by 10:30. The game will start at 11. The rest of 3A cheered. She walked away and Chamo appeared from within the vest of her uniform. That went really well. Everything is going according to plan. Just what I expected from you, Wani-chan. My plan to get more of these, Chamo held out 3 Paxios, 2 mistake Paxios and Asunas, will come to fruition. So these are the wonderful prizes, huh? Hi, Negi has the originals, but I made these using my magic so partners can use them. I've set up a magic circle around the hotel. So if anyone kisses Aniki, we will be able to establish a contract immediately. And since these are 50,000 Erman dollar a card, when we sell them we will be millionaires. They never noticed a small potted plant disappear in a poof of smoke. Naruto, who was sitting on the roof of the hotel, was retuning his guitar when he got the information from the clone that dispersed. He smirked. I was right, this kid is going to be a gold mine for research, Naruto chuckled as he kept tuning his guitar. He stopped to think for a moment. I wonder if it will work with me if I kiss Kanoka-chan. Kukukuka. Naruto stood up and put away his guitar. Let's put it to the test, Eni. With a swirl of leaves he disappeared. Negi-sensei, we finished our patrol and I improved the barrier, Setsuna said to her teacher. But I saw Chamo set up a weird spell outside. I wonder what is he up to? Asuna said. Negi shivered right then and there. Negi, you cold? No, I'm fine, Asuna-san, Negi said. I think I'll go on patrol. I have an odd feeling that I shouldn't be here tonight. Now that you mention it, I feel it too. Yet it does not feel evil at all, Setsuna interjected. Whatever the case may be, if you go on patrol, I'll give you these substitution stencils. Substitution stencils? Negi-sensei. It's almost time to go to sleep, Shizuna said as she opened the door to his room. Ah yes, I was about to go to sleep. Very well, we'll handle looking over the children. Please don't leave your room, Shizuna told him as she walked off. As she turned the corner she removed her hair to reveal Kazumi. Hurry up, Ne-sama. The game is about to begin, Chamo shouted. I know that, but I already have the video cameras set up so we don't need to worry. From within a secret room she had set up a screen that had 6 videos being streamed into all the TVs for the class of 3A. The representatives were Fuka and Fumika for Group 1, Keed and Ku for Group 2, Group 3 was being represented by Ayaka and Chisane, Group 4 by Maki and Yuna, finally Group 5 was Yu and Nodoka. All right, let the games begin, Kazumi shouted into the microphone. Did it get colder in here or is it just me? Negi said from within the confines of his room. I may as well use these stencils Setsuna-san gave me. She told me to write my name in Japanese with a brush. Negi wrote on the first one, but instead of Negi he wrote Nugi. The next attempt was Nugi, with the third being Hogi Nupri, the fourth was spelled Mijai. On the 5th and final attempt he finally got his name right. Finally I wrote it right. Charm-san, please take my place. In a flash of white light the stencil became a clone of Negi. Hello, I am Negi. Wow, it looks just like me. We don't have anything like this in the West, Negi commented. Alright, please take my place and sleep. I'm Negi. Alright, I'm off to patrol, Negi shouted as he jumped out the window. As his copy closed the curtains, the stencils in the trash came to life. Hello others, I am Negi. It seems like a bunch of you were created, copy Negi said to his brothers. Yes, replied the other four. My orders were to stay here and sleep. I don't have orders, one of the failed copies said. Nor I, the three repeated. Well then let's just watch some TV while we wait. Hey Yuna, I heard Negi was sleeping in the teacher's room, Maki said to her friend. But there is a chance that Nit will be there somewhere nearby. What should we do? We'll let our competition handle him, Yuna said with a smirk. Hey Ainsho, are you sure we can't go back? Chisame complained to Ayaka. Chisholm-san, you give up too easily, Ayaka shot at her. When they reached the end of the hallway, they bumped into Maki and Yuna. Ainsho / Maki! The two girls shouted at each other and swung their pillows. They hit each other in the head dead on, making them dizzy. Good job, Maki, you got Ainsho! Yuna cheered as she went to hit Chisame. Chisame just walked out of the way, mumbling something about tiring of the kid games. Oh, I see a lot of prey here. Ku-Fei shouted as she and Keed came down the stairs. Ku ran down the stairs and jumped. Chinese triple pillow throw. She threw the pillows that were mouth and hands at Chisame, Ayaka, and Yuna. Chisame got knocked out from the force of the pillow throw. The three groups proceeded to smack the living hell out of each other, from which everyone saw on screen. Chisholm-san, give me some backup, Ayaka shouted. She turned around when she got no response. She's gone. Far off in another hallway, Chisame was walking, talking to herself and cleaning her glasses. When she stopped in front of a door, it slid open to reveal Nita. He grabbed her by the collar when she tried to run. Hasegawa, what do you think you are doing? Ah, that was fast. She was caught by Nita already, Kazumi said as she did a play-by-play for the viewers. What was that? Maki shouted. Oh no, it's Nita! Yuna screamed. Everyone run! Ku whispered to her partner. Ki nodded and they both used their high athletic ability to run away, smacking Yuna with a pillow before they left. Hey! Akashi, you too! Nita dragged the girl to make her squat next to Chisame in the lobby. It's squatting till morning for both of you. They noticed a figure walk into the lobby. It was Naruto, but he had his eyes closed and kept mumbling to himself. Era? What is Naruto-sensei doing? Yuna asked. Naruto-san has a sleepwalking problem when he is not at home. He told me it takes him about 2 days to get used to sleeping in another place altogether, Nita explained to the two. Everyone who was watching was shocked to find out their teacher had an odd habit. Naruto-sensei sleepwalks? Naruto went to the couch and laid down on it. It's best to leave him alone. I want you girls to be quiet for you, sensei, do you hear me? Nita threatened them. The two girls nodded, and Nita walked away, but not before putting a blanket on Naruto. From behind a corner, Ayaka and Maki watched their partners squatting on the floor. Damn. At this rate, those two athletic idiots are unstoppable. Are really? Maki asked. I'll allow anyone else to do it other than them. Let's call a truce, Maki. Fine, there is an alliance, but the faster one of us will be winner. No complaints. You, Nodoka called out to her best friend. What is it? I'm kinda busy, you responded. Why are we traveling on the roof to get to Negi-sensei? Nodoka and you were crawling on the ledge of the roof. By my calculations, this is the safest and quickest route to Negi-sensei, you explained. His room is at the end of the building, and going to it from the inside will lead us into trouble with the other groups. I see, so if we use this way we can easily reach the room using the fire escape. When they finally got to the roof part, they saw Naruto sitting down strumming his guitar. And Naruto-sensei. Naruto looked up to see the two girls on the roof. Era? Nodoka-chan and Yu-chan, correct? The two girls nodded. What are you doing out here? Sensei, we and Nodoka said. Just hurry up and get inside. I haven't seen any of the other teams yet, Naruto said, going back to his guitar. Both girls exclaimed. Oturo told me you confessed to him, Nodoka-chan. That shows courage and I respect that. That is the reason I'm letting you go to Negi. I've got my money on you, Naruto said. Thank you, Naruto-sensei, Nodoka said, bowing to him, then ran to the door. Why are you really doing this? You asked him. I already told you my reason. He was still fiddling with his guitar and not paying attention to you, which made her get a tick mark. Naruto-sensei, please tell me the reason. I will hurt you if this is some sort of sick and twisted game you are playing. If you want to know the reason, fine. It's because I see a lot of my former love in that girl. She and I were together for about 2 years before an accident occurred which separated us. Naruto stopped playing his guitar. She didn't tell me that she loved me until we were 15, but she had a crush on me since I was 12. That is why I support Nodoka, because she reminds me of Hinata-chan. Naruto said with a shaky voice at the end. Oh sensei, I'm sorry, you apologized. I didn't mean to bring back bad memories. Apology accepted. Just don't tell anyone what I told you, okay? If people want to know about me, they should just ask. Now go help out your friend. Naruto motioned his head towards the door. When you entered the building, Naruto placed a seal on the roof. He brought out walkie-talkie and spoke into it. G. Naruto in place. What are your positions? B. Naruto in kitchen inside fridge, another Naruto said from the walkie-talkie. D. Naruto inside janitor's closet, soundproofed room right now. Good, all we have to do is wait for boss's signal and P. Naruto will start our song so we can start the distraction. Remember, we are playing this song in memory of Hinata-chan as well as to show our support to Nodoka-chan, so put all your heart and soul into it. Roger. You and were walking through the halls near Negi's room and Nodoka was getting nervous. This is my chance. As she finished her thought, a rope ladder fell out of the roof. The twins then popped out. It's Group 5. Fuka shouted. Get them. Fuka and Fumika were about to attack Nodoka with some of their fake ninjutsu, when a pillow hit Fuka in the head. Fuka-san, Fumika-san, I will be your opponent, you declared. Damn you! That was harsh. Do you really think you can beat a unit from the Kuga ninjas? Fuka shouted. The two charged, but you just brought the pillows down on their heads. When they got up, they saw you holding 2 thick books. You began to thrash the girls using the books while they ran in circles. You using books is cheating. Yeah. You can only hit us with pillows, Fumika cried out. Nodoka, hurry and get through the door. I'll hold them off here. But Nodoka stuttered. I've found them, Ku shouted from the end of the hall. This is bad, you thought. You then proceeded to shove Nodoka into the door. Nodoka crept towards Negi's sleeping form and knelt beside it. I'm sorry, Negi-sensei, that it had to be like this. But I'm glad, so please let me kiss you, Negi-sensei, Nodoka whispered. A small poof of smoke had replaced the sign over Negi's door when she entered the room. Guys, I've decided to not go kiss Kanoka today, the real Naruto said from his room into the walkie-talkie. It would just seem wrong since we are singing a song to Hinata-chan. But let's get on with the show, shall we? He looked around his room and saw that it was full of silencing seals. Gee, Naruto, do we have all the things in place? Speaker seals in place? Hi, boss. Good, let's start. In the lobby, P. Naruto got up from the couch and mumbled something incoherent and smiled. Yuna and Chisame watched the clones stand up and slowly walk over to the piano within the lobby. He lifted the cover and sat down. He started to play the piano, and the girls were wondering if this was part of his condition too. They were surprised to hear some drums, a guitar and a bass join in. Is this place haunted? Chisame asked Yuna. I don't know, but if it is, the ghost seemed to like Naruto-sensei enough to play along with him, Yuna said in fear. Inside his room, Naruto placed his hand over the seal he placed on the floor and began to sing, along with the Naruto playing the piano. Sino Yoru wa cooked by Aqua Times. Once again, I don't own. Look at the bottom of story front. Izuritai demo isu to shurnai. Sono kurikeshi no naka wa samiyat. Bokujie mitsukita kodi wa hatatsu kawakotat kazutsutat. Suki na hito enai wa suki tetsurunda. Anata jie boku wa ishidara ka ishitinai ka. Nanti kodo wa mao dakshi demo tu enda. Dana anai nigai nozamu jie. Kono sekai anai wa kararera mano jie takusa narudero. So sashite boku jie anata wa ishidaru ta iu jujitsu dake wa. Dare anai amo kararera shinjitsu dakara. Sen no yoro wa kudanata anai tsutitai. Sitanaka naranai kodo jieru. Izaritai demo isu to shurnai. Sono kurikeshi no naka wa samiyat. Bokujie mitsukita kodi wa hatatsu kawakotat kazutsutat. Suki na hito enai wa suki tetsura enda. Kimochi wa kotoba enai sura no wa kawayo demo. Suki na hito enai wa suki tetsura enda. Kono hiro sekai de meguryo yorikobi wa kotoba jaya tu arawasanai eni. Dakara bokudachi wa hohimi. Iro azayaka enai sujuru aki wa dorami de yutat. Fuyu wa se enai haru no kamaribi wa maki. Adarashiki yumare kawara dorika wa mamarari unitu. Kita michi to yukasaki furikariba itsudimo o Kyuubi nami wa shite ita boku. Mukietai demo sunao enai naranai. Masuga enai wa isanai hibiwa. Kurikashite wa hitori bachi wa iagat. Ano hai no boku wa makiza no mama de hito wa isa to shite ita. San no yora wa kudaya mea nada enai enai yuko. Sitanaka naranai kodo jieru. Izaritai demo isa to shurnai. Sono kurikeshi no naka wa samiyat. Bokujie mitsukita kodi wa hatatsu kawakotat kazutsutat. Suki na hito enai wa suki tetsura enda. Sono omoi j kanawana kotetsuki na hito enai suki tetsutiru. Sor wa kono sekai de ichiban satiki na koto ase. The song had reverberated throughout the entire hotel and every occupant who was awake had heard it. Nita had put it off as another part of his associate's sleep problems to go off and sing into a mic, so he wasn't worried about why he was singing. You thought that Naruto had somehow set this entire thing up and silently thanked him for it. Yuna and Chisame stared wide-eyed at their teacher, who played the final notes on the piano. He closed it and walked off, mumbling to himself. When the clone got to the end of the hallway, he poofed out of existence, along with the one in the fridge and janitor's closet after the song. I don't know what happened, Chisame, but Naruto-sensei can really sing, Yuna said as she looked down the hallway her teacher sleepwalked into. Chisame nodded, also looking in that direction. That was weird and odd. But I liked it. Chisame made a very small smile as she thought about what happened. Naruto smiled to himself when felt the clones dispersed. He would have went to sleep right there and then. That was until he heard Nodoka scream. Of all the times you had to screw up Negi, you had to choose the day a girl got into your room. It seems like Nodoka Miyazaki of Group 5 got into Negi's sensei's room, but failed to kiss him, Kazumi announced. It seems like he had escaped into the hotel. The odds are still the same. Nei-sama, I think I'm going senile, Chamo said. Because I see 5 Negis walking around the hotel. Ayaka was in the gathering hall looking for Negi, when she heard one of his clones call out from behind her. Maki was walking down the hall and looking for Negi as well, but was using candy to lure him out, when another copy called out to her. Kufei and Keed were walking down the halls, when one of his other copies appeared behind them calling out to Ku. The same was said to Fumika. Okay, Nodoka, rest up. I'll get Negi-sensei for you, you said from within her teacher's room. But first the toilet. You walked over to the bathroom and opened the door to see Negi inside. Negi-sensei. Why, hello you-san, Negi said. Perfect timing, I need you to do something. Nodoka-san is sleeping, isn't she? Well, this is perfect timing. I actually have a request for you. Negi-sensei? This is hard to ask, but... All 5 Negis spoke at the same time in different places. Can I kiss you? What the hell is this? There are 5 Negis, and they are all confessing to a girl simultaneously. All the spectators were awed and shocked by the scene. So you-san, may I? Negi asked as he moved closer to her. You kept backing up to get away from him but tripped on Nodoka. Negi-sensei, I misjudged you. Nodoka confessed to you, but you come to me right afterwards? That's sick. You fumed. Sorry, but I really want to kiss you. A similar thing was happening with the others. Nugi was asking her to kiss him. In response, she went to set up a camera and put up some makeup. Maki slapped her clone and pinched his cheek. Ku became a bit more girly, while holding up the copy to the wall using her foot, causing cracks. Fuka and Fumika had went into a battle to see who would kiss him. Yu was having an internal battle over what to do. She was confused about what was happening right there and then. She really didn't want to do this, and cried as Negi gripped her shoulders and brought his lips near hers. All she could think was, "I'm sorry, Nodoka." She closed her eyes as he drew closer. But in a second his weight was gone, and there was a loud thud. She snapped her eyes open and looked up to see who intervened. Naruto was standing with his right fist held out. "Get your filthy hands off my student, you imposter." "Imposter? What do you mean, Naruto-sensei?" Yu asked due to the swirl of emotions in her head. "You don't watch much TV, do you, Chan?" Naruto said. Yu turned to the TV and was surprised to see that there were other Negis on TV. "There are 5 Negis!" Yu shouted. "Who are you?" Negi stretched out its arms and wiggled them around like an octopus. Nodoka was waking up due to the commotion. What's going on?" She saw Negi jump and try to reach for her, but Yu hit his face with a book while Naruto kicked away. "You two killed Negi-sensei," Nodoka said, shaking. "He's just a fake," Naruto said coldly. "But I might when the real Negi gets back. Seriously, just one night's rest is all I ask from him, but no. He has to go and pull a stunt like this." The fake exploded into smoke, revealing the stencil. "You to go back to your rooms. If Nita catches you, tell him that you had lost something, preferably your book. Tell him the reason why you are going back to your room is because I asked you to get it from Negi's room, got it?" Yu and Nodoka nodded. "Good to hear." Naruto opened the door and ran down the halls. "Naruto-sensei, where are you going?" Yu shouted. "Going to catch me some fakes," Naruto shouted to the girl. Went deep into thought when she saw Naruto run away. "What's wrong, Yu?" "It seems like I was wrong about Naruto-sensei." "What do you mean?" "I just thought he was some clueless flirt, but it seems like he has something deeper inside of him," Yu said. "He's a mystery, and I'd like to crack it one day. But for now, let's do as he says and go to our room." As they left, the Asakura said something over the TV. "And it seems like Naruto-sensei has joined the fray. He looks like he is about to kill Negi-sensei for waking him up from his sleep. What is he going to do? This brat is so troublesome sometimes," Naruto said as he ran into the lobby and saw that all the Negis and girls had converged into that spot. Yu had reappeared behind him with Nodoka. "Scratch what I said, that kid is way more troublesome than he is worth. Be careful, these are just fakes set up by Asakura," Yu shouted. "Didn't I tell you to go to your room?" Naruto whispered. Yu nodded. "I wanted to warn the others, that's all," Yu defended herself. "It doesn't matter if they are fake. As long as we kiss the real one, we win," Kufei shouted. Kid grabbed one of the copies to help out Kufei and she kissed it. After the kiss, it exploded into smoke and it filled the area. "What is with all this smoke?" Nita shouted as he came into the lobby. Out of the smoke, 3 Negis popped up and scared the living daylights out of him, prompting him to faint. "Do they explode if we kiss the wrong one?" Maki asked. "Yes, and rather violently too," Yu answered. "It seems like they got away," Ayaka said. "After them." "Well, it seems like it's just a game, so I'm back to bed," Naruto yawning. "I'm really tired today." "Oh, and don't worry about them catching the Negis, none of them are real. My Otutos wouldn't participate in something like this," Naruto whispered to Nodoka, and Yu then walked off into the halls. Down one hall, Maki used her gymnast ribbon to catch one Negi and kissed him on the cheek. This Negi exploded into smoke too. The twins caught another one and kissed it, but they too were blasted off. Those 3 others were fake, so that means this one is the real Negi-sensei. She caught the last Negi and kissed, but was sadly caught in an explosion. "It seems like Naruto-sensei was right," Nodoka said, running through the halls. "It seems like I owe Naruto-sensei a lot for this night," Yu mumbled. She looked out the window and saw the real Negi coming back. "There he is!" She pushed Nodoka into the lobby to meet the boy. "Miyazaki-san, about what happened this afternoon," Negi started. "No, we don't have to talk about it. As long as you heard what I said, I'm fine," Nodoka said. "I'm sorry, Miyazaki-san, that I can't give a reply. I really don't know what it means to like someone. But I like Miyazaki-san, but I like everyone in my class. Asuna-san, Iancho, and all the Baka Rangers. I like them as a teacher would like their students. I can't give you a proper answer yet," Negi explained himself. How about we start out as friends, yes? Okay, Nodoka smiled. Yup, this is the real Negi. He is only 10 after all. You thought. You thought of something and smirked. She kicked Nodoka's right foot and toppled her over, making her and Negi kiss. I'm so sorry, Negi-sensei. No, I'm sorry, Negi apologized. Good for you, Nodoka, good for you. Sweet, we got the Nodoka Miyazaki card. Chamo shouted. We also got 6 more from the fakes, Kazumi said. Let's split before anything bad happens. She walked out the door and bumped into Nita. So you are the ringleader, Asakura, Nita said. All participants must squat till morning. You too, Negi-sensei. I can't believe you were messing with your students like that. I guess I can't use Naruto-sensei's advice anymore, since I was here in the act of playing, you sighed as she and all the participants and Negi squatted in the lobby. So what did you think of Naruto-sensei and his singing? Yuna asked. That was Naruto-sensei singing? Keat answered the question with a question of her own. Well, that's right, you weren't watching the TV or in the lobby, Yuna said, rubbing her chin. Apparently Naruto-sensei sleepwalks when not at his home. When he did it here, he went to the piano and started playing. It was weird though that other instruments came into play. That is weird, Keat said. This was one new thing she and everyone else learned about her friend and teacher. Naruto was walking down the halls half asleep and with a killer headache. All his clones had decided to dispel at once, sending all the info they learned to him. He was a little disoriented as he walked through the halls. He opened a door thinking it was his and was going just drop there, and then sleeping. What he didn't expect was to fall on top a brown-haired girl. Kanoka wasn't surprised to see her sensei walk into the room. The sleepwalking and all had made him have a good excuse to be there. Laying on the floor, she stood up and walked to her sensei to help guide him out. She was surprised, however, that he fell on top of her, kissing her on the lips. Her eyes grew wide and she pushed him off after a second. She blushed hard and looked around. She was glad Haruna was already asleep so she didn't see it. She smiled and looked at Naruto's sleeping form. I think I'll keep that to myself for now, Naruto-kun. She giggled and kissed him on the cheek, and laid down next to him, falling asleep as well. 10 minutes later, Asuna and Setsuna came inside the room and saw the two cuddling in their sleep. What does Naruto-sensei/fish cake think he is doing to Kanoka? They said it for different reasons, but they had the same idea on how to fix the problem. They picked up Naruto and threw him outside of the room, then closing the door afterwards. Naruto groaned and got up and rubbed his already aching head. What the hell was that about? He looked around and saw that he wasn't in his room. Was I sleepwalking again? Naruto sighed and dusted himself. When he touched his pocket, he felt something weird in it. Pulling out the object, he came with the backside of his card. I don't remember putting it into my sweats, Naruto said, frowning. He turned it over and saw that he was wrong. It was totally different card. Well, this is new. The picture of the card had Naruto in his A&B uniform, but had his red battle cloak on. He was smiling towards whoever was taking the picture. His left arm was stretched out so it was near his right shoulder, and in it was a katana with an orange hilt and a golden blade with a keychain that looked like the Konoha leaf symbol. His right hand was holding an elegant butcher knife that was slung across his back, which was the size of his body. It also had an orange handle, but had a red blade. Naruto stared at it for a moment, then looked at whose room he was just in, recognizing that it was indeed Group 5's room. So it seems like I was right. I kissed Kanoka and boom, instant Pacchio. I'm lucky I was asleep. I did make a promise not to do it today. He shook his head and went to his room, wanting to get at least the final 7 hours of sleep before needing to do anything again. I want to be loved, but you don't seem to love me. I wander within that repetition. I found one answer, that even if I'm scared, even if I'm hurt, I can say I love you to the person who I love. Do you love me? Or not love me? As for things like that, it's already fine either way. No matter how I wish. There are many unchangeable things in this world, right? That's right, and because only the fact of my loving you is the truth unchangeable by anyone. I want to overcome the thousands of nights and tell it to you. There's something that I must tell you. I want to be loved, but you don't seem to love me. I wander within that repetition. I found one answer, that even if I'm scared, even if I'm hurt, I can say I love you to the person who I love. It's scary to turn my feelings into words, but I can say I love you to the person who I love. In this broad world, I can't express the joy of encountering you with words. So we smile, sing about the vividly passing autumn in Do-Re-Mi. Turn our backs on winter, wait for the sunlight streaming through trees in spring, and become reborn anew, so that we can protect someone. On the path we came from and our destination, when we looked back, I'd always have timid eyes. I want to face you, but I can't be honest. I, who repeated days of not being able to straightforwardly love my partner, and hated being alone on that day, seemed to love people while unwounded. I'll overcome the thousands of nights and go meet you now. There is something that I must tell you. I want to be loved, but you don't seem to love me. I wander within that repetition. I found one answer, that even if I'm scared, even if I'm hurt, I can say I love you to the person who I love. Even if those thoughts aren't fulfilled, I can say I love you to the person who I love. Chapter 10: Dog Troubles. Most of the girls of 3A were in the gathering hall looking at Nodoka's prize, her Pacchio. So that is the wonderful prize, huh? Yuna grinned at the winner. It also got Honya's picture on it. The picture on the card was Nodoka in her school uniform with several books floating around, with one in particular in front of her. That's amazing, I want one too, Fuka shouted. Well, you had to be a winner of the Love operation, Misa said. Then let's do it again sometime. Chisame frowned at the suggestion. She was still in pain from doing squats all night. That's so cool, Nodoka. Kanoka admired the card. Can I hold it? Sure, Kanoka-san, Nodoka said. So this is what you get when you kiss Negi-kun? I should have participated too, Kanoka said. Though I did get to kiss Naruto-kun, even though he doesn't know it. Where was he in the morning, by the way? Kanoka-san. You dragged on. You're right, Nodoka was the one who confessed to Negi. So I just have to grin and bear it, Kanoka said with anime tears. Okay girls, since today is the third day of the trip, it is free activity day. Go back to your rooms and get ready, Shizuna announced to the girls. You did very well, Nodoka Miyazaki. From now on I acknowledge you as my love rival, Ayaka shouted. We won't lose to you next time, Maki agreed. Everyone left the room, leaving Nodoka putting away her tray, when Naruto came up to her. Congrats on winning the thing, Nodoka-chan, Naruto congratulated the girl as he finished putting away his breakfast. Thank you, Naruto-sensei, Nodoka bowed to him. Do you mind if I look at the card too? No, I don't mind, Naruto-sensei. She gave her Pacchio to Naruto. Naruto inspected it, and turned around and saw that indeed his theory was correct. The mage's name was written on the back of the card, but in whatever language it was written in. If you keep it a secret I'll show you my card too, Naruto said to the girl as he gave back the card. Huh? You have a card too, Naruto-sensei? Does this mean you and Negi-sensei? Nodoka blushed at the thought. What? No. Naruto paled at the thought of kissing yet another guy. He swore if anyone found out that he even kissed Sasuke by accident, some yaoi fangirl will be added to his ever-increasing fan base. I kissed a girl to get mine. Though both times I was more or less unconscious during the kiss. From his pocket he took out the Pacchio he made with Kanoka. This is really cool, Naruto-sensei. Who did you kiss when to get this? Can't say. I was sleepwalking during some time last night, and I found it in my pocket when I was savagely thrown to a wall, Naruto partially lied. He got his card back from Nodoka. We should get ready for the day now. Nodoka nodded and they walked out of the gathering hall, stumbling upon Negi talking to those who know about his magic. Naruto mentioned for them to stop and listen, but not expose themselves. Negi, what are you going to do with all of these Asuna shouted at the little boy. How are you going to take responsibility for all these cards? Holding up all the messed up cards and the Nodoka card, she glared at him. Now don't go shouting at him, Asuna. What's wrong with making a profit? Kazumi said, winking at Chemo. Asakura, you and that perverted ermine stay out of this conversation. She turned to Negi. Honya-chan is just a normal girl. We can't get her involved in something like this. We really can't do anything about the gift cards you gave out, but you shouldn't use the master cards. It will also help conceal your identity as a mage, Negi-sensei, Setsuna interjected. I guess you are right. We should keep this a secret from Nodoka-san, Negi said. That's a waste, the card looked powerful too, Chamo whined. Well, never mind. I made you a copy too, Ain-chan. But I don't want it. I mean, all you can do is communicate through it, Asuna complained. That is where you are wrong. You can use the artifact even when you are far away from Aniki. It will be very useful. So Asuna-san has one too? Nodoka thought, peering over the corner. Naruto was leaning against the wall listening with chakra in his ears. What Chamo just said made him smile. He will finally be able to use the cards. All you have to do is hold it and say a deet. Whatever. Asuna held the card in her hands, a deet. A light appeared and in her hands the card was replaced with the giant fan she used during the fight against the monkey woman. It actually came out. This is so cool, I feel like a mage too. To make it go away, just say a beat. Naruto tapped Nodoka on the shoulder and told her it was time to go. Did you hear what they were talking about? He asked the girl next to him. I caught bits and pieces, Nodoka said. Want to try out what they were saying? Naruto asked with a smirk. Nodoka hesitated to answer, and Naruto frowned. Come on, no one will know, right? We'll even do it at the same time, K? Nodoka thought about it for a moment and nodded. Naruto's smirk grew. On 3. 1. 2. 3, a deet, both of them said. A bright light covered the area and in Nodoka's hands was in the main book from her Pakshio. Mysteriously strapped to Naruto's back was the giant red butcher knife, and on his right hip was the katana in its scabbard. Naruto, not expecting the added weight, toppled over. Nodoka went to his side to help him up. Are you alright, sensei? Yeah, just wasn't expecting that, Naruto sighed as he got up. Care to move away a bit, Nodoka-chan? She complied and moved away about a meter. Naruto looked around and saw that no one was coming. He grabbed the handle of the butcher knife with his right hand and drew it, holding it in front of him. Upon closer inspection he noticed that it was a smaller version of the Kubikiri Hocho, Zabuza's sword. There were intricate drawings on it. Naruto took a closer inspection and found out that there in fact seals on it. Near the end of the blade it had an inscription Turbo Imundation Kushina. Naruto took a few practice swings with both hands, then with both his right and left hands individually, finding out that he can wield it single-handedly. He then hefted it onto his back and somehow stayed on without a holder, just like Dante's rebellion from Devil May Cry. Naruto then drew his katana and saw that he can easily wield it as well. The keychain dangled around in the wind with each slash. Naruto inspected this blade as well, also finding seals on it. But the inscription on this was Turbo Imundation Minato. Naruto's eyebrow quirked at that too. Why does this thing have my parents' names written on them? Naruto thought. He also sheathed the katana into the scabbard, but didn't release it. He placed his right hand on the handle of the butcher knife again and drew both at the same time, going through some of the katas he had learned during his training period. Well, this is going to be great, just need to figure out what those seals do. Also have to find out how to make these less obvious as weapons. When he finished the thought, some of the seals grew bright, and the blades transformed. The butcher knife turned into a giant paper fan like Asuna's, and the katana became a shurnai bamboo sword. Naruto nodded, then put away his weapons, getting back the card. So what is your card like? Naruto asked Nodoka as he finished testing out his new toys. Naruto peered over her shoulder and saw that it was a picture diary. On the current page was a picture of her and Negi kissing with a log written under it. 24th of April, Thursday. I kissed my beloved Negi-sensei yesterday. Kia! It was only by accident, though I would like to do it again sometime in a more romantic way. That's a very naughty diary you have there, Nodoka-chan, Naruto teased her. Don't look, Naruto-sensei! She shouted, embarrassed that her other teachers saw what was in the book. What's wrong, Nodoka? Naruto-sensei, what are you doing with her? You asked, walking up to the two. I was just looking at the card Nodoka-chan got. It's pretty interesting, Naruto said. Nodoka was looking at the book while another entry appeared. The picture was Yu lying down with a tick mark on her head and Negi lying above her. Yu, 24th of April, Thursday. Yesterday was an extremely troublesome day. Negi pushed me down in front of Nodoka while she was asleep. I can't believe how stupid it was and I still think about it. Nodoka slammed the book close when she saw Naruto reading the entry too. Nodoka, what is that book about? You asked? And nothing. Nodoka answered a little too quickly. Why are you hiding it? We're friends, right? So you don't have to hide a book from me. Naruto decided to step in to save the girl from further embarrassment. Yu-chan, I don't think you should pursue finding out about the book. It might be a diary of hers. Naruto looked towards Nodoka, who nodded. Hi, it is a diary I just bought, Nodoka said, mentally thanking Naruto for the save. And there are some things I want to keep to myself. So may you please stop asking about it, You looked suspiciously at the two before sighing in defeat. Fine. I won't look anymore, but Nodoka, you should get ready too, we're going to leave soon. I should do that too. See you around, girls. Naruto excused himself and walked away. Let's go, Nodoka, you said, looking at Naruto. Nodoka decided to open the book but saw that the first entry that was about Yu had changed. The picture was now Yu trying to fix a jigsaw puzzle that seemed to be a photo of Naruto. Yu, 24th of April, Thursday. I really don't get Naruto-sensei. He is a really troublesome person, yet I can't put my finger on why he is so different than most troublesome people I know. He's a mystery and I will solve it one day. Nodoka looked at it confused but decided to ignore it for now. She had to go change. Naruto was in his room already ready for the day. He was wearing gray baggy pants, red sneakers, and a blue long-sleeved t-shirt. On his head was his cap again, and he had his giant earphones around his neck once more. Looking at his first card again, he decided to test it out, a deet. The flash of light was dimmer this time, but the card was missing, and on his right ring finger was a red ring with the kanji for scarlet on it. Naruto raised an eyebrow, but noticed his eyes getting perfect clarity. He widened his eyes and looked at a mirror, and saw that he once again had the Manjikyu Sharingan. He willed his eyes to become the regular Sharingan, then turned them off. Naruto smirked. All I have to do now is learn how to use this thing, and then let's see how the Tems will handle me. With my jutsus they won't stand a chance. Though the strain from constantly using chakra will get me though. Kyuubi isn't with me anymore, so I'll reach chakra exhaustion faster. He turned off his Pakshio altogether, then put it away. I'm just curious why that cloak didn't appear though. Everyone has free time today, so today is my chance to get the letter to the Kansai Magic Association, Negi spoke to Chemo. He snuck out of the hotel, dodging a few of the groups along the way. When he was finally outside, Negi pulled out a map of the area. I've got to hurry to the Kansai Magic Association's main temple. Where is it anyways? I don't think it's that far from here, Chemo said, looking at the map. As long as I can make it and help the headmaster reconcile with Kansai's head, we'll be okay. Though I did tell Naruto and I and Asuna to meet up here at the bridge. Where are they? Negi-sensei. A girl with a sing-song voice called out to him. Negi turned around to see Naruto and Asuna with the rest of the girls of Group 5. What cute clothes you girls have! Negi exclaimed. Yu was wearing a black and white hoodie, a plaid skirt, black stockings and high-cut white boots. Haruna had on a blue jacket, a white t-shirt, black pants with a dark blue skirt, and white sneakers. Nodoka wore a pale yellow sweater, a green skirt, black socks and brown shoes. Kanoka wore the same thing she wore on the shopping trip they did before the whole trip, a white sweater and a pink skirt with boots. Asuna was wearing a white t-shirt with long orange sleeves, a matching skirt, black pants and running shoes. Setsuna was in her regular school uniform, while Naruto had added blue tinted glasses and jacket to his attire. Wait a minute, why is everyone else here? He whispered to Naruto and Asuna. Well, Paru, Haruna's nickname, saw me leaving and followed me. Sorry, Asuna apologized embarrassedly. Naruto, who was behind her, shrugged. Then he remembered something he has been meaning to do. Hey Negi, Asuna, hold on to these from now on and don't lose them. Naruto handed each a three-pronged kunai with seals on the handles. Naruto and I, why are you giving us weapons? Negi asked worriedly. They won't be used as weapons. More like a beacon of sorts, Naruto said, taking another one out of his jacket. If you ever need me, throw it and I'll be there, okay? Just make sure it is a dangerous situation. Really? I doubt that, Asuna replied. You can try it out if you want, but I have to be far away from you guys to make it more believable. He walked over to Setsuna, gave her one, and explained the same thing to her. Was this what you were talking about, Naruto-sensei? Something similar to Japanese magic? She asked from him. Yeah, it is. I need to give one to Konoka-chan too, so I can cover all my bases. I think I'll do it later though, so no one will look. Wow, even the area around the hotel is nice, Negi said as they walked. Yes, the Arashiyama Sagano area has many places famous for their fall scenery. We should come here during autumn to see the trees, you explained. So sensei, where are we going? Haruna asked. Do you want me to guide you? Yu inquired. No, I was heading off that way, Negi said, pointing towards the direction of the shrine. Asuna, what are we going to do? He whispered to the orange-haired girl. Well, we could try to lose them in the crowd, Asuna guessed. Hey Asuna, can I ask you something? Haruna asked. Yeah, what? Are you and Negi-sensei dating? At the question, Asuna slammed her head into a tanuki, raccoon dog statue, while Naruto was laughing at her reaction. Do you really think I'll date him? He's 10 first, goodness sakes. I'll date Fish Cake way before I'll date Negi. Fish Cake? Haruna questioned. She then heard some crying, and turned to see Naruto sniffling comically, wiping away tears that weren't there. Oh, Asuna-chan, I didn't know you cared. He went in for a flying hug. But she kicked on the head, leaving a bump on it. Baka, I didn't really mean the whole me dating you part. She shouted, storming away. Naruto got up and rubbed his head. He turned to Haruna and said, She so digs me, doesn't she? Naruto chuckled. Haruna joined in, laughing as well at her teacher's antics. Yeah, she loves you so much it hurts you, she joked. Exactly, Naruto smirked. I think if she likes me even more, I might be smothered by her love. Haruna laughed even harder, and had to wipe away tears. Looking down the road, she saw an arcade. Hey, there's an arcade over there, she announced to the group. Let's take some sticker photos to commemorate our time here in Kyoto. The group went to take pictures, but had to drag Setsuna with them. They took several different photos of the groups. There was one with Negi and Nodoka in it, Negi and Asuna, Konoka and Setsuna. The swordswoman blushed embarrassedly. Yu, Haruna and Negi, Naruto and Asuna, though as the camera flashed, Asuna blushed as Naruto pulled her closer to him at the last moment. Naruto and Haruna took a picture together doing the peace sign. Naruto also took one with Negi. Naruto was ruffling his hair and Negi closed his eyes, laughing. Oddly enough, though, a certain ermine was in all the photos. Everyone come here! Konoka shouted near a video game station. This is our chance, Aniki. Just play some games for now, then wait for a chance to go leave, Chemo said. Alright, Negi agreed. They reached the video game and saw a bunch of kids playing it. Naruto was standing behind them watching with some interest. What kind of game are you playing? Negi asked. It's a game about mages, you said. Eh? Do you remember the game we played on the train? This is a video game version of it, Haruna explained. A game about mages, huh? Maybe I should give it a try, Negi stated. Here is my starter set, Negi-sensei. You handed him over a few cards. After a few minutes, Negi had won the match. Whoa, sensei, you're good. Are you sure you're a beginner? Haruna asked. What do you expect of him? He is a child genius after all, Naruto said with a smirk. How about you, Naruto-sensei? Are you going to play? Nah, I'm not into magic. I'm more of a ninja kind of guy myself. Excuse me, do you mind if I join? A boy with a black school uniform and white beanie covering his long black hair asked. Eh? Sure, why not, Negi answered. They played for a few minutes, and this time Negi lost. I lost. No, that was really good for your first time, Negi-sensei, Haruna said, cheering him up. That's right, you're not bad at all. Though it will take you some time to be a real mage, the boy told Negi, smiling at him. I got to go, but see you around, Negi Springfield. How do you know my name? Negi shouted, surprised. You input it into the machine before you play, the boy said, point to the screen that said Game Over Negi Springfield. Naruto had to face palm at his little brother's stupidity sometimes, however he didn't trust that boy. As the boy was leaving, he bumped into Nodoka, making them fall. The boy had to grab his hat before I fell off his head. Sorry, Wani-chan. He then got up and ran away. By the way, I can see you panties. He laughed as he left the room, leaving a blushing Nodoka and a smirking Naruto. Naruto turned around to see what was going on and saw that Haruna and you were already playing the game with Kanoka watching. Sakuratsuki-sen, we are leaving Kanoka to you, Asuna said. Okay, be careful guys, Setsuna replied. Asuna and Negi were about to leave when they noticed Naruto hadn't budged. Naruto and I, aren't you coming? Negi asked. I think I'll help protect Kanoka right now, Naruto answered. You guys go now. Negi and Asuna nodded, then ran off. Setsuna-chan, be on guard. I have a bad feeling something is about to happen. Naruto then took a look around. Hey Setsuna-chan, where'd Nodoka-chan go? The boy who challenged Negi to the game had ran into an alley. He stopped and spoke to someone in the shadows. I knew it, his name was Springfield. Interesting. The son of the Thousand Master, huh? Well, it doesn't matter, I'll get those kids back for before. The figure stepped out of the shadows to reveal the monkey woman accompanied by two other people. The one to her right was Tsukuyumi, and to her left was a boy with white hair and a blue school uniform. Behind all three of them was a beast with a charm on its forehead. As Negi and Asuna crossed the bridge, Nodoka's head popped out behind a post. Asuna-san, Negi-sensei, where are you two going? Naruto and Setsuna were watching Kanoka and the rest keep playing the game. Naruto shook his head, smiling at how carefree everyone is. He then took a look at his fellow warrior and saw her smiling too. You know you look nice when you smile, Setsuna-chan, Naruto commented, going back to observe the girls. Setsuna blushed at the praise. It's because Kanoko-sama is enjoying herself. Her life seems to have gotten better when she moved to Mahora. But this is the best way after all, staying away from her, and her not knowing a thing. I've gotten closer to her during the trip, but when we return I'll have to return to protecting her from the shadows like always. Naruto frowned and smacked her on the head, causing a small lump to form. Naruto-sensei? You shouldn't hide your true feelings, Setsuna-chan, Naruto said, not looking at her. Bottling up your feelings is bad. You want to stay alongside Kanoka-chan and you know it. But No buts. Just follow what your heart tells you to do. Sometimes it's the only way to protect what you want to protect. Besides, I think Kanoka-chan would be sad if you stopped talking to her. Naruto took a deep breath and exhaled. Think about it, okay? Naruto walked off and began to talk animatedly to the girls. Setsuna watched Naruto's back while he interacted with the girls. She was wondering why he said that to her. Setsuna sighed. Why did what Naruto had said to her make her feel a little down? I guess I should check up on Negi-sensei and Kagurazaka-san, she thought, to take her mind off the subject. She got a piece of paper and started to chant. This is the headquarters of the Kansai Magic Association, Negi said, looking up the stairs of a rather large shrine. So all we have to do is go in and give the letter, right? Asuna asked. Negi nodded. Let's just get this over with. They didn't move from their spot when a tiny Setsuna in priestess robes and had a tiny sword appeared in front of them. Kagurazaka-san, is Negi-sensei okay? The thing asked. Setsuna-san? Asuna asked. Well, no, it's a technique that allows me to communicate to you over far distances. Just call me Chibi Setsuna. See, Setsuna bowed to them. Negi and Asuna sweat dropped. Just so you know, they do not readily accept from the east. So watch out for traps. We don't know what those people who attacked us 2 days ago are going to do. I'll be careful, Negi said. I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'll bring out that fan. Adit! The fan appeared in Asuna's hand. Let's go! Asuna, Negi and the rest of the group ran into the shrine. They stopped behind 2 posts. I don't see anyone coming. I also don't feel any magic nearby, Negi told Asuna. Let's get the rest with one go. After 30 minutes of running through the stairs, Asuna collapsed. These stairs go on forever, Asuna said, catching her breath. Could it be? Setsuna mumbled. Negi-sensei, let's scout ahead. Okay. Asuna-san, you rest here, Negi said. He ran forwards for a minute, and to his surprise ended up right behind Asuna. And Negi, how'd you end up behind me? Asuna asked. I knew it. Negi-sensei, let's go to the side, Setsuna said. Once again they ended up in the same spot they were originally at. There is not mistaking it. We are in an infinite time-space loop. We are currently trapped in a sphere in about 500 m in all directions of us that loops around in a circle. It looks like they fell into our trap, the monkey lady said from within the trees. We'll just let him rot here since there is no escape. All you guys have to do is stay here and watch them. But that is boring, the black-haired boy said. He was sitting next to a giant spider. I hate boring plans like this. I mean, it's not like they are strong anyways. I'm more of an in-your-face fight type of guy. Just be quiet and do as you are told. The monkey lady jumped down and disappeared. TCH. This is so boring. Aniki, let's try flying through the top. Right. Negi got on his staff and began to fly upwards, but when he reached a certain height he appeared right in front of Asuna again. We might be stuck here forever, Asuna shouted. Can the real Setsuna-san come and help us out? Negi asked Setsuna. I am sorry, but Oju-sama is being targeted as we speak. I cannot leave her side, Setsuna said. How about Hige-sama? Chamo said. Oh yeah. I forgot about the thing Fishcake gave us, Asuna exclaimed. She pulled out the special kunai from her pouch, and was about to throw it when Negi grabbed her arm. Why'd you stop me, Negi? What if Naruto and I doesn't know how to get out of this? Wouldn't he be stuck in here just like us? He won't be able to help Setsuna-san if he was here, Negi reasoned to Asuna. This is bad, I need to use the toilet, Asuna thought. She started to tremble. Get me out of here! She screamed and began to run again. Wait for me, Asuna-san! Negi began to run too. Nodoka was in the front of the shrine looking at the direction the Negi and Asuna went. Negi-sensei and Asuna-san are inside. She saw a sign on front that said no entry. Maybe I should look somewhere else. Suddenly a figure dropped right in front of her, causing her to scream. Nodoka-chan, please stop screaming, it's me, Naruto. Naruto quieted her down. Well, just a clone of him, but all in all it's the same deal. Naruto-sensei, what are you doing here? I saw that you were missing and decided to look for you. Apparently you were following Negi and Asuna-chan, right? Nodoka was about to respond when she thought she heard Negi shout out for help. Nodoka opened her book and saw a picture of Negi and Asuna running around. The entry for it was short and simple. It was by Negi, and in big bold letters it said help. Now how'd that appear? Naruto asked her. I think it shows what a person is thinking at the moment, Nodoka told him. Okay, we'll test it out before we go in there and save Negi. So what am I thinking right now? She opened the book and saw a new entry showing. The picture was Naruto with a question mark over his head looking at Nodoka. Naruto, 24th of April. I really think the book can read minds. I wonder I should tell Nodoka-chan that I'm really just a clone of the real Naruto. The Naruto clone looked into the book and read the entry. It indeed writes down what people are thinking. You're just a clone of Naruto-sensei? Nodoka asked. Yeah, I'll tell you about it later. Let's just go find Negi, Naruto said. He then ran into the space followed by Nodoka. I can't take this anymore, Asuna cried out, still running. Ain-san, we just can't keep on running recklessly like this, Chamo told her. There's a stop over there, Setsuna pointed out to the group. Thank God there's a bathroom, Asuna shouted as she went into it. A few minutes later the group was sitting down and drinking some tea from the vending machine. Okay, let's think about what is happening and assess our situation and find a way out of this place, Negi said to the group. Why do they want to stop us from handing over the letter? Asuna shouted. I guess they don't want to improve the current relationship between East and West. Setsuna said. What do you mean by that? It is because Kansai thinks that the Kanto region forgot its heritage and became influenced by European magic. Do you want a sandwich, Asuna-san? Negi asked. Yeah, thanks, Negi. We should take the time right now and assess our combat capabilities, Chamo suggested to the group. You're right, we don't know when the enemy will attack, Setsuna agreed with Chamo. Last time we had Setsuna-san and Haiji-sama. But now it's just going to be Aniki and Ain-san. Speaking of which, just how much stronger do I get when we activate the contract? Asuna asked the group. Let's test it out. Chamo ran over to a rock and stood next to it. Ain-san, I want you to kick this rock as hard as you can. But it looks like it will hurt. Don't worry about it. Fine, whatever you say, Chamo. Asuna went for a drop kick on the rock. When her foot connected, she retracted it and jumped around holding her foot in pain. Now Aniki, activate the contract. Negi nodded. Activate the contract for 30 seconds for Asuna Kaguruzaka. Negi proclaimed. A light white aura surrounded Asuna again. That aura around you is magical energy, Ain-san. Okay, Ain-san, kick the rock again. This time things will be different. Asuna kicked the rock and it crumbled into pieces. That works similar to the ki used by us in the Shinmyuryu. The swordsmen of the Shinmyuryu use ki from within their bodies and use it in their combat techniques. Though it is said to take years to learn on how to draw upon and manipulate ki, Setsuna explained. For a ministra, females with a contract with a mage, males are ministers, they draw upon the power from the mage to greatly enhance their physical abilities. Chamo said. Up in the trees the boy was smiling mischievously. How is your magic, Negi-sensei? Setsuna asked. Oh, you don't have to worry about him, he's really strong, Asuna patted Negi on the back. Yeah, he graduated at the top of his class. But in all honesty, I only know 9 combat spells. The magic school wouldn't teach us anything beyond magic projectiles and disarming my opponents. So that's why I snuck into the library and learned some on my own. Plus, most of it was self-taught. If we were attacked by professionals right now, would we be able to win? Negi thought. An image flashed in Negi's head. The image contained a man with a flowing robe holding up a demon by its neck. Rubble surrounded him and flames danced in the background. Do you think I can make myself stronger by drawing on magical energy too? I guess you could, Chamo said. But I wouldn't recommend it. Don't worry about it for now. Most ordinary charm casters from the Kansai Magic Association can't beat you, Setsuna said. Yeah, no problem. Those guys are no match for us. Asuna smirked. Now I can't let that last comment slide, a voice from above said. Falling in front of them was a gigantic spider, and atop it was the black-haired boy. Maybe you should try me on for size before mouthing off a comment like that. Nodoka and the clone were running through the gates, constantly looking at the book in case of more danger appearing. When they looked into the book again, they saw that Negi was indeed in danger. Damn, we got to hurry before they do something stupid and hurt themselves, the clone cursed. Naruto-sensei, what are we exactly getting into? Nodoka asked. Ask Negi when we see him. Bring it on, European mage, or should I say Negi Springfield? The boy taunted. You're the boy from the arcade, Negi shouted. Is Konoka-san in danger? We're in the clear for now, Setsuna reassured Negi. Was this the one who set up the trap? Was him going to the arcade just so he can scout me out? He has Ngoki too. So it is going to be a mage versus charm caster and partner versus Goki battle again, Negi assessed. Negi now! Asuna barked. Okay. Activate the contract for 90 seconds for Asuna Kaguruzaka, the disciple of Negi. The aura appeared again and Asuna charged. Don't think because you're a brat I'm going to go easy on you, Asuna shouted. She punched the spider, creating a dent on its exoskeleton, flipping it over, but the boy jumped away. Adit! Getting the fan, she slammed the spider, turning it to a charm once more. Hell yeah, I'm good. Asuna heard clapping and looked at the roof. The boy was clapping for her. Not bad, Winnie-san, not bad at all. I heard there was a middle school girl who can break our charms was with you, so I brought along a stronger one than usual. But I was wrong, she was too strong for that too. He turned and glared at Negi. But as for you, you're just a small fry. The strong one there is the one-san. Aren't you embarrassed to be protected by a girl? That is why I hate European mages. Come on, Negi, we can't lose to this guy. Besides, you're just a sore loser that you lost your Goki. You don't stand a chance anymore. So if you are going to surrender, do it now, Asuna yelled. You don't get it either, too, one-san. I'm no ordinary magic user. The boy jumped from the roof and went to attack Asuna. Asuna took many slashes at him, but he dodged all of them with ease. The boy jumped over the last move, sweep kicked Asuna, tripping her, and charged Negi. Rastelma Sir Magister Flan's exclamation. Negi used the spell as the boy got close, holding charms in his face. The boy's charms were destroyed along with his beanie, to reveal dog ears. Negi was surprised, however, when the boy punched him in the face, sending him away. Nodoka was watching the things go on in the book while she sat down next to a fence, quietly wondering if this was real. She lost sight of her surroundings and wasn't paying attention except for things in the book. The clone was actually watching the fight behind her occur. He tried to tell Nodoka several times that the fight was right behind them, but she was too wrapped up in the book. The boy was punching Negi, who was blocking with all his might using his staff, while also blocking against all the attacks Asuna was doing. This kid ain't half bad. With a little more training he'd be a decent fighter. Thought, I wonder, should I really intervene? I mean, Negi and Asuna are getting pretty banged up. Now it's a chance for me to scout out Negi's skills, the clone thought. Stop running away, you runt! The boy shouted. He did an upwards palm thrust, finally getting past Negi's magical barrier. When Negi landed, he coughed up blood. You should have told us before that you were a fighter and not a mage, Asuna accused the boy. Hey, it's your fault for assuming things, the boy shot back with his hands behind his head. And stop picking on Negi. I'm your opponent. Sorry, I don't hit girls. Not even strong ones like you, one-san. You European mages are so weak after all. I bet your dad the 1,000 whatever wasn't so great either. Chamo threw a smoke bomb so they can do a tactical retreat. When the smoke cleared, Asuna and Negi were gone. Get back here, you cowards! You can run from me, but you will never escape. Somewhere in another part of the place. Gah, who the hell does that cheeky brat think he is? Also, what is up with those stupid ears he has? Asuna shouted. Ain-san, please quiet down, Chamo attempted to placate the girl. The boy is a Kazuko, Setsuna said. A what? A wolf or fox type of monster. In other words, we're facing a demon. What the heck? So we're fighting another monster. Such freaking pain in the ass this trip turned out to be. She turned to Negi, was thinking. Negi, you beat Eva, the strongest of all monsters. You should be able to floor a guy your age in no time. She stopped mid-rant and looked at Negi, noticing that he was bleeding. You're bleeding. Just hold still, I'll get a towel. Asuna, Negi started. I studied how to fight in order to find my father. I believe that I needed combat ability to find him. You know, Takamichi spent a whole month teaching me how to fight? What, Takahata-sensei? You got to tell me all of it in detail. Maybe next time. But it was a miracle that we won against Evangeline-san. I can even say she was going easy on us. I'm still inexperienced, but I need to get stronger in order to get to my father. That is why I have to beat that guy. How are you going to win against him, Aniki? Don't worry, I have a plan. That's good, Negi-sensei has a plan. Nodoka chirped. Naruto was smiling at the boy's determination. His goal was out there too, much like him wanting to become Hokage back then. He was in the right for not interfering with the fight for once. Naruto and Nodoka stopped when they heard rustling. He turned to Nodoka, and she put away her book. Found you! The boy from before shouted. He went straight for Nodoka, but Naruto intervened by punching him in the face, sending him to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry, little boy, I didn't mean to hurt you. Naruto feigned innocence. He held his arm out to the boy, offering to help him up. The boy took it and got up. I tend to get a little overprotective when my students come into danger. It's alright, man, but dude, that was one wicked right hook you got, the boy said, rubbing his cheek. He then saw Nodoka. Hey, you're the one-chan from the arcade. So you're her teacher? Teacher's assistant sadly, Naruto sighed, shaking his head. We're currently lost track of my associate. We thought he came up here, but apparently he didn't. I mean, the girl and I have been walking for a while now. Naruto looked towards Nodoka, sending her a just play along look, so Nodoka nodded. Damn, did innocent people get inside the trap? You two shouldn't be in here. It said entry prohibited outside, you know. We're sorry, we just really needed to find our friends, Nodoka stuttered. Well, there is a fight going around here, and a girl like you shouldn't be around. I'll undo the trap later. Can you take care of her, Oni-san? He asked Naruto. Of course, what type of teacher would I be if I couldn't even do that? That's good, just stay put right here, okay? The boy was about to run off when Nodoka called out to him. Wait. My name is Nodoka Miyazaki. And my sensei here is Naruto Namikaze. What's yours? She asked the boy. Naruto quirked his eyebrow but decided to follow his own advice and play along. Well, since you did give me yours, it would be impolite not to give you mine's. My name is Kotaru Inagami. The boy then ran off. See you around Pink Panties, Oni-san. Oni-san, let's spar sometime. When the boy was out of hearing range, Naruto decided to ask. Why did you do that? As long as I have the person's name my book can read show what they are thinking, Nodoka said. That's pretty smart, Nodoka-chan. Really smart. Naruto grinned. Negi and Asuna were waiting for their opponent in an open area. When they heard rustling in the trees, Negi started to chant. Rastel ma sur magister evocatio velseriarum contubernalia gladiaria. Contrabugnant. As he finished his spell, several lightning Negi clones on staffs flew towards the noise. Kotaru was jumping on the gates and smirked. Finally fighting me for real, huh, small fry? He kicked away 2 of the clones, dispersing them. He then got 3 knives and destroyed the others. He turned around just in time to block an onslaught of lightning arrows. Ray of light that tears apart the night sky, gather unto my hand and strike down my enemies. White thunder. So you guys know if I run into an English version of his spell, I will use it. If I don't, it will stay Latin. A burst of intense electricity erupted from Negi's hand and hit Kotaru, sending him flying off the post he was on, onto the ground covered in smoke. What was that? It was awesome! Asuna shouted. That's a Nikki for you. Using a triple spell combination from far away. It's the basics for mage versus fighter situations. Chamo smirked. But it's not over yet, Setsuna said. Just as she said, Kotaru sped out of the smoke with just a few burns. Not bad, small fry. You destroyed all my shield charms. But if I had taken the brunt of that attack, I would have been in so much pain. Hey, don't go after Negi, face me. Fight against fighter, Asuna said as she got in front of Negi to defend him, while he chanted. She went to slash Kotaru, but he dodged and was already behind Negi. He then punched Negi in the gut, stopping his spell and popping him into the air. He followed up the attack by punching him in the face, then the gut again. To finish off the attack, he knuckled him on the back of the head, sending him sprawling on the floor. Listen, Oni-san, I ain't no fighter. I'm an Inagami Tsukai, a person who uses the power of dog gods. And you best remember that. Though I did train in some ninjutsu too, Kotaru said to Asuna while summoning a pack of dogs from the shadows. Go play with the Oni-san over there. The dogs barked and then proceeded to lick Asuna into submission. Ha ha ha, what's wrong with these dogs? Asuna laughed. Asuna-san, Negi managed to say. Kotaru frowned that the boy wasn't out yet, and punched him into the floor even more, breaking tile. This is bad. There is barely any magic left within Aniki's barrier. If he keeps going on like this, the barrier will disappear altogether. Without it, Aniki will be taking the full brunt of the attack. Chamo screamed. So you mean? Asuna said, still being licked by the dogs. That boy's punches are full of ki, and you saw how strong those are. If he isn't careful, Aniki won't just get off in critical condition. He'll be dead. The conversation ended when they saw Negi slamming into a rock a few feet away. Kotaru appeared before him and began to pummel him into oblivion. See, this is how weak European mages are without their partners. And without time to chant their spells, they are nothing. Take this, you shrimp. Kotaro kicked Negi and sent him into another rock. I've won. Time to finish this. Kotaro charged with another ki-enhanced punch. This is it, Negi thought. The punch was coming and Negi spoke. Activate the contract for half a second for Negi Springfield. The aura that once surrounded Asuna, this time filled Negi. Negi parried Kotaro's attack, surprising the dog boy. Negi then used uppercuts, sending the boy into the air. Still having some of the magic surrounding him, Negi appeared below Kotaro and chanted. Ras Telma Sur Magister Ray of Light that tears apart the night sky, gather unto my hand and strike down my enemies. White Thunder! Negi cast one of his most powerful spells at point blank on the dog boy, shocking him and frying some of his nerves. How was that? That was the power of Western mages. All right, Negi! Asuna cheered. Aniki, you made me sweat there for a moment. Waiting for a chance to counter, where even a master wouldn't be able to escape. You took a lot of damage. It's no simple feat to be able to come up with a plan like that and so soon. For Negi-sensei to have such willpower and wisdom, barely anyone can do that. Setsuna thought. Now we just have to escape, Chamo said. That's right, we still haven't found a way out. Hold it right there. Kotaro heaved as he got up. This is the first time a human had hurt me so seriously. So I'll take back what I said about you, Negi Springfield. But it is not over yet. When Kotaro was standing at his fullest, he looked like a cross between a man and a white dog. He had white fur all over his body and a tail, and his hair even grew longer. What the heck is that? Asuna shouted. The dog boy smirked and attacked, but both Negi and Asuna dodged. When they saw the damage caused to the floor, they decided that getting hit was a bad idea, since the floor had erupted into rubble. I've got no choice, Negi said. Activate the contract for 10 seconds for Negi Springfield. Kotaro rushed forward but disappeared due to his speed. I can't see him. He's too fast. Is he on my right or left? Negi thought. To your left, sensei. Negi then dodged to the left, barely being missed by Kotaro's punch. Negi turned and saw both Nodoka and Naruto standing there. Nodoka-san, Naruto and I? He asked. Honya-chan, fish cake? What are you doing here? Asuna shouted. Followed this little girl right here. She did go missing after all, the clone explained to her. Then why didn't you help before? And miss this? This was a chance for Negi to grow stronger. I will not deny him of that. But he could have been killed. If he was, I would have stepped in, the clone said with the tone saying that there will be no more arguing. Nodoka-chan, help out Negi if you will. Nodoka nodded. To your right, sensei. Negi followed the instruction and dodged, following up with a palm strike to Kotaro's face. Above you. Negi sidestepped and uppercut to the face. Spinning kick from behind. Negi spun out of the range of the attack and punched Kotaro to the head. Both fighters winced due to their injuries. Aniki is too injured, we have to get out of here, Chamo ordered. Chamo-kun. I think I know how to get us out of here, Nodoka said. She took a deep breath. Kotaro-kun, how do we get out of here? What did you say? Are you some kind of idiot, Nei-chan? I wouldn't spill info like that, Kotaro shouted. Nodoka was looking inside her book, and a new entry appeared. It was a picture of Kotaro and a gate, saying to destroy the seals on it to get free. This might be bad, she just read my thoughts, Kotaro thought. We just have to head to the 6th gate east of here, then destroy the hidden runes on the left, right and top of it to get free. Chamo's, Asuna's and Kotaro's jaws dropped, while Naruto laughed at their reaction. Kotaro went to punch Negi, but Naruto intercepted it by catching it with ease. Negi, get them out of here. I'll hold him off. But Naruto and I, Negi complained. I'm not the real one. Get going. Negi hesitated but nodded. He got on his staff and flew. He grabbed Nodoka holding her bridal style. He cast more magical arrows and destroyed the runes. Kagarazaka-san, break the light that comes from the barrier, Setsuna said. Leave it to me. Asuna swiped at the crack with her fan, breaking it and freeing them. Setsuna-chan, closed the barrier, Naruto shouted. But Do it now! Setsuna did as she was told, trapping the clone and Kotoru inside. Naruto turned to the demon boy and released him. Kotoru growled and went for a kick, but Naruto swatted it away as if it were nothing. You can drop the tough guy act. I know you can barely stand. What do you mean by that, Oni-san? As he finished the question, Kotoru fell and his transformation stopped, reverting him back to his normal state. If you had kept going you would have lost in your condition, the clone said, taking a seat next to the fallen boy. Besides, that was a really good fight you put up. Too bad you lost to Negi's ultimate weapon. Oh yeah, and what is that? His potential and determination, the clone stated. He can learn at an alarming rate as well as keep on fighting until he reaches his goal. That is why you lost, he won't give up. I guess you're right, Oni-san. But next time I won't lose to him. And I won't lose to you either, Kotoru shouted to the sky. Oh, I'd be surprised if you beat me. I'm only capable of 5% of what the original can do, but you won't be able to put a scratch on me, the clone said before disappearing, leaving a wide-eyed Kotoru. I guess you found out, huh? Negi asked Nodoka as Shiasuna and himself had a small picnic. I'm sorry for trying to deceive you, but it was a secret. It's alright. I had a vague guess on it, really, Nodoka said, blushing. Really? Negi shouted. Nodoka nodded. But to think that Negi-sensei is mage. It's like from something, a fantasy novel from the library. It's kind of exciting. I would like to ask though, what is Naruto-sensei? Naruto and I told me he was a ninja of sorts. Hey Negi, I thought you didn't want Honi-chan involved with this? Asuna questioned her teacher. But she already knows. Also, she has a powerful artifact. It would be good if we had a partner like her on our team, Chamo said as he jumped up and down. Negi, you haven't stopped bleeding. Are you sure it doesn't hurt? Asuna-san, I'm okay, I swear. Negi-sensei, I bring disinfectants with me and band-aids, let me help you, Nodoka said. After being patched up, Setsuna spoke up. Since we are out of the trap, we should be near the Kansai Magic Association soon. We have to hurry and deliver the letter. You can't leave Miyazaki-san here, so she'll have to come ug. Setsuna started to tremble. What's wrong? Asuna asked worriedly. Something is happening to my real body. I can't keep a connection. Setsuna then poofed back into a piece of paper. Oh no, something must have happened on Setsuna-san and Haiji-sama's side, Chamo said, holding the piece of paper.